Hey everyone, my name is Zach and welcome back to this channel. So, today we're going to take a look at my Arceus counter box and or bird box, depending on how you want to take a look at it as. This deck's really cool. So in this video we're going to do a card by card, and then hopefully tomorrow there will be a video of me playing 2 or 3 games with it. I think that's how this channel is going to go. I'm using my stream setup for this because I tried just using regular OBS studios and it kept crashing when I tried to record. So let's get into this card by card. So first off, we have the Arceus V. Arceus V is a 220 HP colorless Pokemon with the Trinity Charge attack, which allows you to attach up to 3 basic energy cards from your deck to any of your Pokemon V in play. And then you shuffle your deck. Keep in mind you can do this in any way you like. Very relevant for the deck. Then you have Power Edge, which is just 3 colorless for 130. It's actually really cool because this does knock out Galarian Weezing, which is a common trick you can do in the Dark Box and Teleon matchup. It allows you to pivot with poison stuff. You can evolve out of it when you're ready. Really cool interactions you can do here. So next we have Arceus V-Star. We play 3 of them in this deck. This guy is the star of the show, pun intended. 280 HP with the Trinity Nova attack, which does 200 for 3 colorless, and then has the same effect as Trinity Charge. It lets you search your deck for up to 3 basic energy and attach them to your Pokemon V in any way you like. But what sets this card over the edge is its V-Star power, which is Starbirth. During your turn, you may search your deck for any 2 cards you want and put them in your hand. Just remember, you can only use 1 V-Star ability per turn, or per game, sorry. Imagine if you can do that more than once a game. So next we're going to get into our attackers, and then we'll talk about support Pokemon. So we have 2 Galarian Moltres V with Dire Flame Wings, allows you to attach a basic dark energy to it. From the discard pile. You can only use 1 of these a turn. They do not stack. And then you have the Aura Burn attack for 2 dark and a colorless, does 190, and then this Pokemon does 30 damage to itself. We also play 1 Hoopa V, which has the Two-Faced ability, so this Pokemon is a Psychic and a Dark type, which is really cool. It lets you multiply your weakness abilities. And then Shadow Impact does 170 damage, and then you have to put 3 damage counters on your Pokemon in some form. Our next attacker, we have 2 Zapdos V with the Fighting Instinct ability. For each Pokemon V your opponent has in play, this Pokemon's attacks cost 1 colorless less, which Thunderous Kick normally takes a Fighting and 3 colorless. However, if your opponent has a bunch of Pokemon V, it'll only cost a Fighting, which is what we normally want to do. We play 2 of this guy. He's very good. And then the last attacker in the deck is the Zamazenta V from Brilliant Stars with the Regal Stance ability. So this ability is pretty good. So you can consider this like a support Pokemon too. Regal Stance lets you discard your hand and then draw 5, but your turn then ends, which is pretty relevant sometimes. Then it has Revenge Blast, which does, for a metal and 2 colorless, 120 plus 30 more for each prize card your opponent has taken. So now we can get into the final attacker in the deck, the Galarian Moltres. This is the baby version with the Malevolent Charge ability. Most of the time you are going to do this based on a Klara play. I think it's really cool. But for those of you who don't know, Fire Wrath for 2 dark and a colorless does 20 plus 50 for each prize card your opponent's taken. You can do a bunch of damage out of nowhere. So on to support stuff. We play 1 Yveltal from Celebrations. Has the Cry of Destruction attack, which lets you discard up to 3 special energy from your opponent's Pokemon. And in very rare instances, you can use Dark Feather for 100. Have I done it before? No. Have I thought about it? Yes. We play 1 Ditto V, which pretty much becomes any of your other Pokemon that you would like because of its V transformation ability. That's why you play it. Worst case scenario, you can just bin it off an Ultra Ball or a Quick Ball. And then we play one Crobat for its Dark Asset ability, lets you draw until you have 6 cards into your hand. We play one copy of Eldegoss V, which lets you grab a supporter from your discard pile and put it in your hand. And then we play one Lumineon V, which, for those of you who may not know, this is a very new card, has the Luminous Sign ability, and that is Wonder Tag. So for the item cards, we start with 3 copies of Energy Switch. Because we play 3 different types of basic energy in the deck, we want to manipulate those, and this gives us a great advantage of that. We play 1 copy of Escape Rope. Escape Rope is a really cool card against like slower decks, kind of like Duraludon. It lets you get a cheap early hit on a Duraludon V before it can become like a Duraludon VMAX in some cases. And it can get you out of really weird situations. Play 4 copies of Quick Ball, lets you discard a card and grab any basic. We only play 3 evolution Pokemon in the deck. This card is fantastic. 4 copies of Ultra Ball coming up next. This is the quintessential search card of the format. Discard 2 cards, grab any Pokemon you want. Onto stadiums, we play 2 copies of Training Court. Lets you add a basic energy from your discard pile back into your hand. Then 1 Collapsed Stadium. This card's really cool, and honestly, it's been pretty good in this format so far. Each player can only have 4 Pokemon on your bench, and then if you have 5 or more, because Eternatus does exist, you have to discard Pokemon. Just also note the player who does play this card has to discard first. Onto supporters, we play 3 copies of Boss's Orders. Lets you bring up anything you need to close out a game, take an early knockout, change momentum. 1 copy of Cheren's Care. This card has been absolutely nuts in testing. Just pick up an Arceus V-Star and set up another attacker. It's been absolutely bonkers. It has just stolen so many games for me. I cannot recommend it enough. 1 Klara for the late game play with the Moltres. 2 Marnie, for the disruption and more draw support. 3 Research, discard your hand and draw 7. 1 Raihan to accelerate another attacker back out and search your deck for any card you want. For the tools, we play 2 Air Balloon and 2 Choice Belt. Choice Belt's another new card that works like Choice Band from a couple years ago, where if it hit a GX does 30 more damage, but now that is just for V Pokemon. For energy, we play 3 copies of the new Double Turbo Energy. This is basically a nerfed double colorless energy. The Pokemon this card is attached to's attacks do 20 less damage. Still very important. Then we play 6 Dark Energy, 2 Fighting, and then the 1 Metal. So that is your full 60 cards. Let me know what you guys think of this deck in the comment section down below. Also, just a heads up, there will be a copyable link, so if you want to try this deck out on PTCGO yourself, you can copy it and play it there. Also, I'm just going to let you know, this Ditto, for some reason, probably won't copy over, because PTCGO is really weird with the Shining Fates cards, so you might have issues with these two. So just a heads up on that. And then hopefully there will be a match video coming out tomorrow or the following day. One or the other. I don't know fully yet. But thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.